Good morning, everyone. Today, we're going to close this side in. I'm going to put sheathing around on everything here, all of that, and then I'm going to build 5 doors that'll be hinged, and they'll be hinged so that they come out this way, not this way, so that going down the road, the wind won't allow them to blow open. So, let's get to it. There, the last screw. So I did get that. Everything is outlined and ready for me to make the doors now. Let's go over to the other side. I did a couple of things over there that might be interesting. So over here, this didn't have a panel on here. I screwed that on. So this side is all weather tight, we'll say. I also outlined everything, so this side is ready for doors. The only thing going on this side is the heater, and I have a couple of things to figure out. One is the fuel tank, where to put that fuel tank. I don't know, we'll look at that in a little bit, but there's a filler cap, and if I mount it in here, I'm not sure how I'm going to get fuel into it. So I've got to work that out. If you have any ideas, I'm picturing the heater mounting here, and then there will be a vent pipe that goes inside with a decorative cap or decorative vent cover, so it will blow inside the building. And so I'm picturing the fuel tank in here somewhere. I don't know. Maybe mount it on a door so you can open it out. There's enough fuel line so that would work. You know what? Just for fun, I'm going to go in and get this brilliant idea just hit me in the head. I think I'm going to go inside, get the fuel tank, and just bring it out here and look at it. So, be right back. All right, here's the tank. So, that's cool. So if it was mounted here and it opened out, that would not work because you can't get the cap. So I think if it was located like this, I believe, I haven't read all the directions yet. You have to make a hole to mount the fuel line. There's a kind of a flat spot there, but I don't know. I'll look at that very soon. And so I'm thinking, and they're inset on one side. So this is the side that has to mount to something. So, and that would be the door. So it looks like this is the opportunity right here. I am excited about that. I've been, for a few days, I've been thinking, how am I going to get in there if I mount this inside out of sight, which I want to do. So with it mounted to the door, I'll have to really make sure that this is strong. I'll have to do some extra things to make sure the door is really solid, so that when we open it, I like that. That will even leave room in behind for even more storage. That's even better. Great. I just resolved a problem. You can still leave comments, though. I would appreciate it. Okay. On to the next thing. All right. With everything defined, I guess it's time to figure out the door sizes. And they should all be the same. 20, because I just cut all these pieces, so I know the only difference might be the ends. Let's see. 21 1/4, 22 1/2. It makes sense that the end ones would be different because of the general layout, the way that they go. Because you start 2 foot on centers, but here you're starting from the end to the center when you do the framing layout. So that changes it by 3/4 of an inch typically. The 4 end ones will be the same size, and then the 6 middle, 3 on each side, will be the same. So I'll write down these measurements and cut out basically the panels, and then I'm going to line them with trim. I stand before you with paint to put on. This is going to be such a fun looking project. Oh, I can't wait. So the front and back is going to be one color for the body. The sides, two sides will be a different color. The trim will be a different color. And I think we're just getting warmed up. But anyway, let's get some paint on. Are you ready? I don't know if I am. Here it goes. I've covered the deck. Here it is. The grand reveal. Oh, look at that. I won't be able to stay steady laughing so much, I think. It's been a journey getting these colors. You folks have had a lot of good input. I appreciate that. And Sandy and Lauren, they've been diligently working to try and get the right color coordinated. So apparently listen to my voice, apparently way back, well, maybe even, I don't know so much current, but the Vardo Gypsy wagons of old were very ornate, colorful. I'll have to go around and cut in with a brush to the deck. The ceiling out here is going to be the same type of material that I use inside. The inside is going to be completely covered with a bead board, I'm sorry. And so I'm going to do the ceiling in that. That's going to be another challenge for the color. Well, one of you folks sent me made a comment and put the, what is it, the @ sign, at a boy. I love that. It reminded me, oh man, 25, 30 years ago I did a job for a fella. He was was in a wheelchair, so we're putting in a handicapped bathroom. And he was always great with these one-liners. And he says, I forget what it was. I made a little mistake or something. It might have been a big mistake. I don't know. But he said, you know, takes a lot of attaboys to make up for a whoops. Never forget that. Great guy. This looks like it's covering really well, but I think I'm going to put a second coat on this. Maybe it's supposed to rain again tomorrow, so probably not tomorrow. I'll be putting 2 of those LED light fixtures that mount inside the ceiling. They're really very energy efficient, which will go along with the solar station, solar generator that I'll be using. It's a lot easier to paint the body, not my body. I get a lot of paint on my body, but the body of the building before you do the trim. Unfortunately, after you get the trim on, that's not always possible. All right, I'll go around to the back side and paint that. We used not quite a quart, I don't think, for this. Used to be able to figure with a sheet of plywood painting a quart per 4x8 sheet for the sake of estimating. So let's go out back. Same thing here. I'll have to get a paintbrush to cut in around, especially around the scalloped area. But I don't have a paintbrush ready, and I usually like to do the brushwork first to highlight everything and then roll it. It kind of doesn't matter too much. That's usually my preference. Do the slow things first, the hard stuff, then the glory part. This is kind of the glory part. Wow. Sandy and Lauren are anxiously waiting a picture of this to see what it looks like. It'll help them, I think, further cement what they wanted to do for other colors. Those little doors that we have to do down below, they're not sure on that yet. It might be, I don't know, multicolor. This paint covers really well. It's Benjamin Moore. I've used it quite a bit in the past. Used quite a few different colors, brands I mean. Seems to be covering really well. You know what they call you know what they call someone that mixes paint, like in the store? A mixologist. I love that. A mixologist. That does take quite a talent to get the, especially if you're trying to match up with something. Most of them are really generally very helpful. Those that have done that for a long time, they just have an eye and, oh, yeah, it needs a tint of whatever, yellow, orange, whatever. I guess it's like a good cook. That doesn't taste quite right. Let's add some paprika or something. I'll tell you what, I can barely cook my eggs. Which, by the way, I have a ton of eggs now. A ton. They're putting out 3 eggs a day almost every day. They're still having issues where they want to lay the egg. I've tried the golf ball trick. A lot of you folks mentioned doing that. Clarence, you're one of them. It was really helpful. I did it, and they were laying their eggs in the nest when I had the golf ball there, and I thought, okay, so they've learned. So I took the golf ball out, and they stopped doing it. They were laying anywhere in the coop except where they were supposed to. So I put the golf ball back in, and they're using it again. I would say I'm going to be about 1/3 of a gallon painting the front and the back here. Would have been more, but there was the door opening, so that helped as far as how much we use. Is that right, Kaya? Kaya's had her eye on a chipmunk all day, and the chipmunk is taunting her. There, that looks pretty good. I think that's going to work. Hey, for you Aussies that watch, I think we ought to take a walkabout. Walkabout. Y'all have a different accent than what I got. Ought to go for a walkabout. Walkabout Creek. Anyway, I'm just excited about this. Let's go back around front. We'll just walk around, take a look at it. It's kind of pretty dark looking, huh? Maybe I can get a different angle and you can see it better. I still have framing to do in here, inside, so that I can insulate. You can see the propane tank in there. The solar generator is going right here. Let's go around front. If I back, the sun is like directly in front of me if I back up too much. So I probably can't get a good look at that. I'll have to video this in the morning for you. Then we're going to paint the scallop trim as well as all of the other trim another color. That looks pretty good. I like it. I think a second coat will just make everything blend in really well. All right. Okay, so the back and the front is painted plum. The sides, I'm only going to paint this from, this is going to be a roof. I may get some down on here. I don't care too much if I do or not. And then just put it up there, and then I still will have to cut in with a brush with this color. Here it goes. Oh. It's called sage. The old sage. There will be some battens on here, and that will cover up the screws that's holding the sheathing. My colorologists, wouldn't surprise me if they came up with a different color for the battens. Colorologist, that sounds pretty cool. And there still has to be trim around the windows, so I'll just cut up there a little bit. Told a friend of mine the color that we're doing, and he was very kind. He didn't say anything. He just kind of gave me a clue of what he thought. He was very polite. Oh, that didn't take long. It's going to be trim up over the windows, so I won't even worry about painting that as well. To the other side. This side I was able to back the camera up a little bit better, so you can see the back and the side, so you can tell the two colors. You can see the contrast of the colors. I can't wait to hear your comments. All I ask is please be kind. Constructive criticism is good. But I like it so far. I can't wait till I get the trim on. That is yet another color. The sun is still shining. I'll be looking into the sun, but I'll see if I can get you around front and look at that. This is in the shade, so it may not give a good representation. Well, yeah. I guess you can see it there. Okay, going to paint the fascia. This is going to be major daubing, because there's just no way. You just gotta. All right, here it goes. Apricot or apricot. It's like I'm down in Georgia. Is that where they have apricots? It is, isn't it? Ooh. This was $60 a gallon. I bought a gallon thinking, well, maybe I'll do something else. So I'll hang on to it and put it in my paint collection. I mean, why not? I think I'm really going to like this. I think I'm starting to see the Vardo, kind of the Vardo look, because it is very colorful. They are. I have some insulation set over the deck down below in case it drips, which starting out it won't drip because you don't have much paint in your bristles way up near the head of it. Oh, no, now I got it on me. So if I remember right, there's 17 of these. Boom, boom, boom. One at a time. When you're doing a project like this where you might not necessarily enjoy painting, don't look at the overall project, just look at, okay, there's one, there's two, wow, there's four already. I gotta move. How's it look over there? Hope you all don't unsubscribe or something. That would be awful. But I think it looks good. I have been thinking about staging. That's as far as I've gotten. I think it's kind of expensive. I don't know if I can justify the cost right now. That sun is saucy. Sassy. Hey, let me know in the comments if you have a favorite saying, like, I'm more nervous than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rockers, kind of, or lower than the snake's belly in a wagon rut, or sassy. Probably depends a lot on your where you're from, I guess. There's some pretty weird sayings up here in New England. For instance, right now, I'm in the dooryard. Well, what? Nobody calls it that outside of New England, I don't think. Where'd you park your car? In the dooryard. Oh yeah, yeah. Or nonsensical things like, you walk to school or carry your lunch, you know? This is where my mind goes when I'm painting. What am I having to eat tomorrow? How's it looking out there? This is the halfway point of the front one. There. Okay, see if I can get over here without the sun hitting it too much. All right. I like it. Well, it is the next morning. The sun isn't shining from that direction this way, so the glare isn't there. So today, this morning, I'm going to second coat everything. Everything's dry right now, so I'll put a second coat on. And then I did not get a chance to get to the doors. I kind of switched in the middle of the stream, so to speak. So that will be the next video. I will get these doors figured out. It's already a change on how that's going to happen. This one that I had talked about with the fuel tank on the door is still going to remain the same. All of these I'm going to change to, because it's so narrow, I can't do individual doors and put hinges on and still have trim on both doors. It's only 1.5 inches wide here. So I'm going to make it so that from here over just pulls down, because there's nothing else that would require an individual door. It'll give access to the heater. Same on the other side. I'll do the front door over there will be for the propane tank, because that one kind of needs separate access from the rest of them going back. The solar generator can be all one big door, just like this one. So that's my plan, at least. Things are subject to change, of course. But anyway, I'll hope you like these colors. I can't wait to get the trim on. I believe the trim is going to be the apricot. Leave a comment. Well, you can't say how to pronounce it by just typing it, I guess. Which way to pronounce apricot? I'm going to go with apricot. Okay, see you later. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment if you don't mind. Thank you. See you later.